Hi everyone, welcome to Core Pilates. In this video I would like to talk about the STOTT Pilates exam itself and to share my experience. In my previous video I was sharing some tips that can be helpful if you're on your way to complete your exam. So if you missed it, I'm gonna put the link so you can go and watch this video. But today about the exam itself. First of all, the STOTT Pilates, as you probably know, they divided it on a written exam and practical exam. So I personally wanted to complete first the practical exam because it was more nerve-wracking for me, but turned out for my personal reason, I was have to complete written exam first and after the practical exam. The Merit View, they do not allow to have the gap more than 7 days between the exam. So if, let's say, I completed my practical exam written exam on the 5th of July, I was have to complete my practical exam within the next 7 days, which I did. When I arrived I will start with a written, right? When I arrived at my exam, I don't know, I was more than 100% sure that there will be some room where they will give me the laptop and they will put me and I will just answer the questions and that's it. But they give me the envelope and inside was printed questions, so I was have to take the pencil or pen and just put the right answer. You have the multiple choice there, so maybe it can be like easier, right, or to give you some kind of guidance when you are answering the questions. So you will have to leave all your belongings in the reception or in some spare space where you can't get them while you're having the exam. So for me it was reception, and yeah, basically they put me in the room without anything except bottle of water. You're allowed to go outside, like if you need to go to the toilet or you want to get water, but nothing else. So for the exam they gave you 3 hours. I personally completed that, it's like 2 hours I think. So I went through the questions and I marked first and answered the question that I was sure that I know the answers. With the questions where I had some doubts, so I didn't know, I just write down the number of the questions, just to make sure that I won't forget and I will get back to them. So in the exam about the questions, basically it's everything that you learned through the course and while you was preparing. It's anatomy, it's muscles, it's principle, it's something from the postural analysis and the exercises, like they can ask like which breast pattern in this exercise, right? Or like which muscles are main targeting in this exercise. They give, I think there was 10, if I'm not mistaken, there was 10 pictures of the muscles, so you need to name that. So it's really everything. It's very difficult to say like what exactly you need to learn because you need to know everything, right? So when I completed the exam, I was like, of course I was nervous, and I came out from the room and then I was like going back home. I remember I was thinking, oh, I did a mistake in a couple of answers and questions, so my answers was not right. I realized it, but I really believe it's because I was like nervous, which is normal, right? So yeah, like I think that also I would suggest do not overthinking if some questions, right? Because it like literally that's what I did. That was a mistake for me, because like you have this like spark, like, okay, this is the right answer, but then you're thinking, oh, maybe not, you start doubt yourself, and eventually I was thinking that initially the right answer, but then I put it wrong, and then I realized it after I came out from the room. But it is what it is. It happened anyway. Past that, yeah, just for you to bear in mind. There's also would suggest to use a pencil, because if you need to scratch something, if you're not sure if you answered with a pen, it will be more difficult. So yeah, use the pencil. So this is for the written exam. I believe 3 hours more than enough to answer all the questions if you really prepared for that. After that, I moved to my practical exam. It was in 3 days after my written exam, and it was something that I was worried so much. It was honestly like so nerve-wracking for me. I was like so anxious, which is everybody, what I've heard, right, experience the same, but for me it was like so stressful. I arrived there for the exam. I completed my level 1 and 2 math, so they gave me like 1 hour and a half. So the exam started. You need first of all to have the warm greeting with your body. So you need to ask the questions like their name, what they're doing, their occupation, what their hobbies, and after that you need to ask what the purpose of this workout, right? You need to introduce yourself, that say your name. Let's say said, hi, my name is Natalia, and today I'm gonna go with you on the Pilates workout. So tell me more about yourself. Like let's meet each other, let's introduce each other, right? So my body, she was also like from the math course recently, so she was preparing also for her exam. So she started, like when we was talking about the her goal, so she started to tell me, oh, I have my pelvis tilt or something, you know. She was telling me like something from the Pilates, because she's also was familiar with that. I think it took it longer than it should be, to be honest, but the point is that it taking the time from your exam, so you can't interrupt the body while they're talking, right? But at the same time, you're thinking, this is my time, you know. So anyway, yeah, and after that, I said, okay, before we starting, let's move to the postural analysis. I'm gonna do the postural analysis for you, and then we're gonna go for the workout. While I was doing the postural analysis, my teacher, she asked me to talk about what I'm doing straight away, because I saw that I'm gonna check her, like I'm gonna do the postural analysis, and after that I will say, okay, I have something, I don't know, like supination or pronation in the ankle joint, right? Or something happening in the hips, or something happening in pelvis. But my teacher asked me to say straight away. So yeah, that's what I was doing. Don't forget, in the beginning, just don't go straight away for the posture analysis. Find the right position, right, and then see if there are any head about the shoulder or about the pelvis. Don't skip this 2 questions that you have in your manual, because they're gonna mark it like minus in your scores. After postural analysis, you need to do the state focus, where you're gonna tell why and what you're gonna do through the workout. So let's say if you have the anterior tilt, you will need to use train these muscles or something. I would suggest do not name the exercise, because if you name the exercise, you will need to stick for that, and it can be like some problem, right? If you know, like if you are stressed or something, you might forget. So yeah, just name the muscle that you're gonna work on, and that's it. And after that, you're moving to the workout. Principles. We're starting the warm-up with the principles. As I mentioned in my previous video, it's very important to know and to understand the principle if you're going through, especially through the warm-up. So it's like warm-up through the principles. Take the time there. Do not try to squeeze it, because principle is very important, and we need to name, we need to say what we are doing, why we are doing, how we are doing this, right? My teacher personally was happy while I was going through the principle. I still miss a couple of sentences in some principles, because as I said, it's like, you know, like so anxious, and you just like, you know, something just came out from your head. And so yeah, but just focus on that. And after that, I was moving to my workout. What was my kind of mistake there? That turned out that my workout was look like all the essential exercises and all the intermediate, and then all of them advanced. And while I was doing this workout, I was thinking, oh, I need to add, let's say, side bend, right? Which gonna be mixed. So you need to mix the level. It's not good to go essential, intermediate, and advanced. So you need to mix them because it can be more challenging for the body. It's way better, right? But I was just like, it turned out, it was not on the purpose that I did, but turned out that it was all in order. And my teacher personally said she wasn't happy with that, so she said try and incorporate the exercises from a different level, which will be more beneficial for the body. So yeah, bear in mind that it was quite fast. Everything, we didn't stay for a long time on exercises. And also when we moved to the advanced level, it was a bit challenging for me because my body, she did just essential and intermediate. She just did level 1 without level 2, so she had no idea which exercises we are doing in one, but she was really great, and she gave me that opportunity to cue her. Really, it was very helpful from her side. So she was just following my verbal cueing of the exercising. Yeah, it was in the end when I was like, it was my last exercise, I felt like more relaxed, I think, because you know, like you need to think, you need to look at the body, what they are doing. So after that, after I complete, the teacher, she gave me her feedback. She asked me if I want that my body like left the room. I said no, because I believe it was very beneficial for her also preparing for her exam, right? To get that feedback and to listen what my teacher was saying. So she was giving me the feedback, how everything went, where I need to improve, what suggestions she would have given me, right? While if I would have do this with some another person, right? So just really very helpful was for me. And yes, that was it. I honestly, like, even when I completed the exam, I could not like understand what was going on, because I was so long on my way for preparation, and I was like, exam is upcoming, exam is 1 month, like 2 months, I don't know, 3 months before the exam. But then when I was in the day where I had the exam, it was, what happened? Did I do that? So after that I went just to buy a big and nice ice cream. It was very hot outside, so it was also like extra plus for me. Yeah, and it was done. But what can I say, after the exam, literally you have the idea how many knowledge do you have, like how beneficial to invest in that while you're passing your exam, right? Because while I was studying, like, you can't measure, okay, this is what I know, this is what I don't know, right? You think, like, for me it was like, I need to learn more, I want to learn more, I want to understand more. But when you basically completed this, you see the results, you see the harvest from the seed that you put in yourself like for a long time ago, right? So it gave some kind of confidence that you are ready to go, right? You put so much effort that you have this knowledge. Of course, it was for the first time, especially for me. As I said, I didn't have any background in fitness industry. English was not my first language, still not my first language, right? All this name of the muscles and anatomy, but yeah, it's like after the exam, as I said, I felt, okay, this is a level of knowledge that I've got. Of course, it's like just the beginning of my journey, but it's not how it was when I started the course on the first day, when I was like, oh my god, where am I signing, what's going on, right? So yeah, this is about the exam itself. I really hope that it was useful. If you really found also this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to not miss any video, to get the notification. And if there are any topics that you would like me to cover, please comment and I'm gonna do that. Thank you.